Hey everybody, I'm here today to show you how to cut a stone paver with a chisel. So as you can see right here, I have a stone paver, and this type of stone paver is commonly referred to as a patio slab. Now the cool thing about this chisel method is that it will work with pretty much any type of stone paver that you can imagine. Now, the first step in the process is to use a marker or some sort of writing utensil to mark off the area in which you will be cutting. Now, I will be cutting off a corner of this stone paver, but the awesome thing about this method is that you can use this chisel method to cut a stone paver in any way that you would like. So if you are cutting off a corner, you can use this method. If you are trimming off the edge, you can use this method. If you are cutting the stone paver in half, you can use this method. And that is the cool thing about it. So I'm going to go ahead and use a marker to mark off the part in which I will be cutting on this stone paver. And I have obviously already measured it, so I'm just going to mark it off right now. Alright, so now that I have marked off the area that I will be cutting, it is time to actually use the hammer and the chisels to cut the stone paver. Now, as you can see, I have two different chisels and a hammer, but this method will definitely work if you only have one chisel. So I like to do it using both of these chisels, but if you only have one chisel, you can definitely still get it done. So the first chisel that I use is this one right here, and this is called a cold chisel, and I'll just go pick it up to give you a better view. So as you can see, the cold chisel is not wide at all. It is really narrow, and it is nice and big. So it is narrow, and it is much thicker than the other one, but still sharp. So I like to use this one to create a channel along the line that I marked off on the paver. So just hitting this one nice and lightly to create a nice channel along the line that I marked. And once I have created that channel, I use this type of chisel, which is called a brick set. Now, as you can see right here, the brick set is much wider than the cold chisel, and it is very sharp and definitely not as thick. So this is good to sort of hammer down into the channel that I have created, and this will end up being the type of chisel that breaks through. So with this one, I will hammer a little bit harder. Now I'm going to go ahead and use that hammer along with these two chisels to cut off this piece of the stone paver that I have marked off. So this is the reason that we create this channel. Sometimes when you are hammering, you will get a piece that will break off prematurely, just like this. But the good thing is that if you have created a channel that is deep enough, then the piece will break off within that channel. So it will break off exactly where you want it to break off. So I'm going to keep hammering away and keep working at this channel, and it is very important when you are cutting off a corner like this, or a piece with two lines, to work away at the corner over here, because if it breaks off prematurely, if you have a good enough corner, if you have a deep enough channel in the corner, you won't get an extra break off. You won't get some unwanted break off. So I'm going to keep working my way around until I remove this piece completely. And there you have it. As you can see, I have cut this stone paver using a chisel. Now, it is not the cleanest cut, but I did it using simple tools that don't have any electrical power. They don't have any electrical power at all. Now, if you need to clean the cut up a little bit, so if you have a little piece that is rounded off like that, you can simply use your chisel and just hammer at it lightly. Don't go too hard, but just work your way through it to clean it up a bit. That's the key. Don't go hard because you don't want to break off any unnecessary pieces of paver, but just go slowly and keep trimming it until you get the precise edge that you want. But that's basically it. That is how you cut a stone paver using a chisel. And that's all I have for you today. Thanks for watching.